All right, y'all, here we go. So let's buckle up, because today's Snitch Tale comes straight out of Virginia. We talk about the early 99 and the 2000s, back when you can bat that ass up with no problem. One got shootouts, motel rooms, stolen jewelry, and one man who decided death penalty. Nah, I'm gonna take the witness stand instead. I'm mad at that. We talk about Jamal Crawford, the dude who flipped on his partner Joshua Wayne Andrews. And look, I ain't just pulling this one out of nowhere. Shout out to Renee over at Melanin Mayhem, my girl, the best country girl there is. She put us onto this story in her episode Scarface. So you gotta go check that out on Melanin Mayhem. It's a good one, right? But right here, look. Let's unpack how Crawford turned from co-defendant to co-operator. Get it? Y'all did that? Play with the words. Anyway, let's go. Picture it, right? Woodbridge, Virginia, 2001. Ooh, I was 21 back then, boy. Them were the good old days, man. Gas was $1.12 a gallon. All right, I ain't about to reminisce. So anyway, Crawford was 22 at the time, and Andrews was 19. Both was out on bond, both running these streets wild. These two thought that they were Scarface and Manolo, right? Or Manio, whatever the nigga name is. Except instead of building the empire, they built a body count. They was killers. First stop, December 12th. Clayton Breeding, dead in a middle school parking lot. Clear as dismissed. You get that? You see how I did that? Okay. Anyway, then January 2nd, 2002, they roll up on Romano, sorry about that, Romano Head and Robert Morrison. They pushed them, plus another man, Rutherford Berry, into a bathtub like some twisted episode of Law and Order. Andrews pulls the trigger. Berry survives. Head and Morrison don't. And when it's done, they hit the road. Living out of motels, hotels, and Holiday Inn. When your girl start messing up, then you invite her friend. You know what we talk about. So these dudes out there palming jewelry like broke rappers and even causing chaos in New York with robberies and shootings like, sir, this is not paid in full. This is dumb, and dumber. The felony edition. So look, now here's the juicy part. Crawford sees the writing on the wall. Andrews is starting, staring down the death penalty. And Crawford's like, you know what? Orange ain't really my color, bruh. And lethal ingestion, that really ain't my vibe. So he flips. He cuts the deal. Testify against Andrews, and the state won't seek the death penalty on him. I don't see nothing wrong with that. In court, Crawford lays it all out, right? Like a nice spread at a repass. He claims the plan was just a robbery, that Andrews went in first and escalated things. He said, and I quote, I didn't know it was going to be all like that, Your Honor. Yeah, okay, but you still followed him in, though, right? Right. I'm just saying, right? And you know your friend was a killer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was hanging with each other since the 99 and the 2000s. Come on. Anyway, defense attorneys went at him hard. You lying to save your own neck, and you had beef with him also, right? Basically, painted Crawford as a snitch with motive, which I mean wasn't exactly a stretch, right? So look, Joshua Wayne Andrews, convicted of capital murder, sentenced to death, except plot twist, Virginia Supreme Court later struck down his death sentence because of trial errors. So man's conviction stood, but the execution date got erased. Meanwhile, Crawford, he didn't escape free. He still got hit with prison time, just not the needle. Survival over loyalty. I ain't mad at that. You know what they say, better snitch than a stitch in your veins. You get the idea that with the word, right? All right, anyway, now let's talk about the snitch game, right? Because Crawford wasn't just some random witness. He was in it. He planned the robbery. He walked into the apartment. And when the shots rang out, this nigga dipped and said, it wasn't me. But when the prosecutor offered the deal, he hopped on that witness stand so fast, he damn near broke a sweat and his neck at the same time. Let's be real. See, loyalty versus survival. He pits survival, point blank. Credibility, shot to hell. But the jury still ate it up. Community, sir, you are forever branded as the one who flipped. Even if you didn't pull the trigger, your paperwork says snitch in bold underline, size 48 font. And I gotta say, Crawford calling it just a robbery gone wrong is wild. Like robbery folks and put them in a bath, robbing folks and putting them in a bathtub was not gonna end well, bruh. You gotta miss me with that. So here's my closing thoughts, y'all. This is $1 million question. If you're Jamal Crawford, do you ride with your partner till the end, or do you flip when the state waves the death penalty in your face? I know what y'all thinking. Nah, Willie, I want to snitch, but let's keep it a hundo. When that DA pulls out them papers and says, we'll spare your life, a lot of people suddenly get photographed in memory. Crawford case shows us that the ugly truth. This is ugly truth. Snitching is survival in the courtroom, but betrayal in the streets. I mean, it is what it is. And once you cross that line, there is no going back. So, fam, I want to hear from you. Is Crawford a coward, or did he just play the game smart? You already know what my answer is. Could you hold it down knowing death row was on the other side? That's this week's Snitch of the Week. Shout out to Renee again, right? Her Scarface episode lays out the bigger picture. So make sure y'all go check her out. And until next time, remember, these streets don't forgive, but the courtroom sure does. If you're willing to tell, well, all right.